What are the two most dangerous things in Nicaragua? Stay tuned to find out. What most people who haven't been to Nicaragua think is that Nicaragua is so dangerous. And I'll be honest with you, Nicaragua is dangerous, but not for the reasons that most people who haven't been here think. So due to the political tension that exists in Nicaragua and the propaganda that exists in the West, and by the West, I mean, you know obviously what I mean. What we have is a misrepresentation of the dangers of Nicaragua, especially in the United States of America, and it's mostly due to our trade relationship. Because let's be honest, you guys think there isn't political unrest in the United States of America? You see these water jugs? This here is Fuente Pura. It's water that's been purified by the Nicaraguan government for our consumption. The groundwater in Nicaragua, it's not safe to drink, especially for tourists, but also for the native Nicaraguans. When I started coming here, it was working as a nurse for a small charity called FEMRIC, and you would not believe the numbers in this country in the 2010s and the early 2010s related to water. Nowadays, water's a whole lot less of a problem because we've got these awesome Fuente Puras. And they cost about $2 a piece. And there are dozens of companies that'll bring them right to you where you stay, or you can stop on your way to any surf spot and you can get as many as you need. A party of two, like me and Jen, we generally drink 3 to 4 of these a week. We also cook with it. We don't wash with it, but what we do wash with it segues into the next segment of the second most dangerous thing in Nicaragua, and that is the food. And I'll tell you why. The food is one of the most dangerous things in Nicaragua. If you eat out in Nicaragua, if you spend a week in Nicaragua, by my recollection, you got about a 1 in 3 chance of getting some form of foodborne illness due to sanitation, due to the dirty water that sometimes contaminates the food. Cross-contamination happens, even in America and Europe. It happens. People get sick. And I think when people eat out here, at least from my experience, if you eat out all the time, you're eventually gonna get sick. One of the worst illnesses I ever got in Nicaragua was from a tuna sandwich at Nica Waves. And that's just the way it goes. So, how do you combat this? Well, I'll tell you. Me and Jen, when we come to Nicaragua, we cook 90% of the food we consume. We're very careful about cross-contamination. We always stay somewhere with a kitchen. And here's the big thing. If you eat vegetables, you need to always wash those vegetables with clean water. Fuente Pura. In Nicaragua, Fuente Pura is life. And now you'll get to some places in Nicaragua and people will try to tell you, especially resort owners who don't want the cost of giving you water, they will try to tell you, oh, our well water is safe. And yes, some people do drink that well water and not get sick. But I'll tell you, it's more common for people to get sick from that well water than for people to drink that well water regularly and not get sick. And I've seen it traveling in Nicaragua over and over again. And so this also all relates to the food. Another big thing in Nicaragua is it's hot. Right now it's 115 heat index outside. There's no air conditioning in my kitchen. There's air conditioning in my room where I'm gonna sit down and eat. But you're gonna spend a lot of time sweating in Nicaragua. You're gonna spend a lot of time in the water in Nicaragua. And that salt water, it's gonna drain the potassium and magnesium from your body. So Nurse Shredder's showing up again just to talk to you about this, because I always bring a magnesium supplement, and I always try to have a diet that's loaded in potassium. That means bananas, plantains, avocado, and potatoes with their skin. With their skin. And that's important because most of the potatoes that you peel, when you peel them, you're getting rid of 90% of the potassium and magnesium. And you need magnesium to absorb potassium. If you eat a ton of bananas, but you don't have enough magnesium in your body, you're only gonna absorb a small percentage of that potassium. And I'll tell you, after about 3 days of running with low potassium, that's when you're gonna get run down and you're gonna start to feel it. You're gonna get a rapid heart rate. You're gonna feel tired all the time. And some of you might start having panic attacks. That's really common here, especially in first timers who do not realize that they need potassium and magnesium. Also, you should probably up your salt intake because, as you can see, I'm sweating through my shirt right now cooking this beautiful steak that we're about to consume. And you need that salt. You need salt, you need sodium, potassium, and magnesium in Nicaragua. So what are the two most dangerous things for Western travelers in Nicaragua? Well, the water and the food. And I don't mean that water, because that water is pretty safe. Unless, you know, you get stitches or something from it. Or like someone hits you with a board. Hope everyone's enjoyed this video. A little different kind of video, but something near to my heart. I've been struggling the last couple days with low potassium, and once it gets low, it's hard to get it back up. And you really do feel like dog. I mean, you feel like dog. It's hard to surf, it's hard to concentrate, it's hard to do anything. And if you do get low in potassium, one of the biggest things you can do is drink a coconut. Fresh coconut will put you on course for, boom, almost instant. Not instant, because generally it takes about a day or two to get your potassium right. But yeah, fresh coconut for the win. Like and subscribe if you love this video. We're pushing 1,000 subscribers. Thanks everyone. We got some cool stuff planned over the next month. In fact, I have something really cool at the beginning of September that I'm gonna drop on you guys. You're gonna like it. So stay tuned. This is Shredder. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'm gonna eat this steak and sit down in the AC because I'm sweating my brains out.